Let him cook. Let him cook now. Let him cook. I said let him cook.
Okay, so you see this? This is partly what I'm talking about when I was talking about people talking trash, people that are, on the LGBTQ side, or even, even now when it comes to being on side for, feminist and feminism and stuff like that. IGN are talking trash, talking about, Bayonetta, saying that Bayonetta stands out with an iconic character design. I'm gonna get on this character. See, for Bayonetta, I'm gonna get on this character's head, and I've already talked about this character before. But first, I want to give a shout out to a person who got their channel taken away, who got their channel canceled. Nathaniel, I give you props because you were calling this stuff out before a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? And like now we got companies like IGN trying to overpraise these characters and stuff, acting like these are like the real female characters or something. So I'm gonna expose and show what real female video game characters look like. You know what I'm saying? Because Bayonetta isn't it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let IGN know that as well. What real video game female video game characters that actually have real class, right? See, I need to get on this character's head because this character has way too much special treatment. In the gaming industry, this character has been getting way too much special treatment. And people aren't calling this character out like they should be calling her out. Even for the video game. Dude, this guy named Nathaniel, he was already calling this game out, saying how the game was already trash. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to go ahead and get right into it, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to sugarcoat it for what this character is and like how her game is, man. It's like the way, so I want to start off with saying it's like the way this character moves with her, her choreography is terrible. The way she moves, how they try to get her to move around and stuff like that, you can tell like it's a bunch of hot trash. Like everywhere she walks when she's trying to move around. They have these characters trying to pose and everything like that. It's hot trash. You know what I'm saying? Certain positions they try to put this character in and everything. And they try to say that this character actually has class. No, she does not. You know what I'm saying? And terrible game at that as well. So I'm gonna get right into when I was talking about special treatment. Back when on the new Smash, or if it's called Smash Ultimate, what have you, for the Nintendo Switch, right? There's a character named Sonic, right? They banned that character because the character was too broken or, too fast and all this other stuff, right? Meanwhile, Bayonetta was also just as broken, probably even more. See, Nintendo could have also banned this character, right? What they chose to do with Bayonetta, they decided to patch the character, fix the character, right? They could have did the same thing with Sonic, but you know why they didn't do that with Sonic? Because of favoritism. And not just because of favoritism, Bayonetta specifically on the Nintendo Switch is a promotion character. That's why you didn't see her get, you didn't see her get banned, right? So, this is what I'm also saying about Bayonetta, right? I said, it's actually kind of odd and funny because IGN, why are you defending this hot trash character, right? I said, so you'll go after a game like Stellar Blade and all these other corpo companies, right? That will go after a game like Stellar Blade, but they won't go after Bayonetta. You know what I'm saying? I was surprised, like today, certain feminists, I've not seen anyone go after this game yet. And I feel like the reason why that hasn't happened is because this character is a promotion character. And I feel like that's the main reason why nobody's saying anything about this character as of yet recently. You know what I'm saying? How are you going to go after Stellar Blade, but you won't even touch this character, man? It doesn't make any sense. So, by the way, I'm someone who actually has played, Bayonetta before. You know what I'm saying? So it's not just like, oh, I'm just talking about this character, just seeing some gameplay. No, I played this game before. So I already know how this character moves. I know how this character actually is. And even with her combo style for her choreography, it's terrible. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, people are really trying to overpraise this character, overhype this character. And for what, man? There's so many other female characters that are better than this character, man. So now I'm gonna get into, people when it comes to The Last of Us, people always talk about this specific female character, and I'm just like, man, are you serious? Because when it comes to Microsoft and Xbox, you're like, you could tell when people are talking about female video game characters, or there's not enough ugly female characters, or there's not enough diverse female characters, stuff like that. And when we talk about the Xbox was known for edgy female characters, real female characters. Bro, and this female character, this is not it, man. Because real gamers, we speak up against games like this. You know what I'm saying? We let these companies know, how it really is about, how we feel, like how, we feel about these characters, and like how it's what I'm saying, it's not for the gaming community stuff. Like, I'm gonna legit tell you how like it is, man. It's just like with rap music, and they try to introduce all that other transgender, that all the homosexual stuff. They try to introduce that stuff in rap music. I said, why do you think we, as a community, people didn't want that stuff in rap music in the first place? Because look at it, it's messing up the rap genre. You know what I'm saying? And I want to say, like, you want to keep talking about not enough ugly female characters or whatever it is, or too many beautiful characters, and then you have, but also the other problem is having the nerve to, you're trying, like, there's other new female video game characters that come out recently, and then these game developers, right, some of these corpos, right, that are for all this LGBTQ stuff and this, homosexual stuff. They're like, oh no, we gotta make this character look ugly. Oh no, we gotta make this female character this or that. So people are trying to mess with people's art or their interpretation of art and their design and mess with it. And I was like, if you want to have an ugly female character, fine, whatever, but you're going to really go out of your way to force that on other people. And the female character on the right, by the way, even though other than her being a female character, maybe some people have a problem with her design and stuff like that. However, in Soul Calibur for the video game, you can change the costume and the outfits to be something modest. So I'm just putting that out there right now. So if you have if you have any type of problem with that, that's something that you can do in a game. So it's like what I'm also saying is it's like an option that you can change that character's costume, and you can have, there's also costume customizations. So if you want the character to wear something modest, you can. You know what I'm saying? I'm just putting that out there, letting you know, right? See, now here's a very interesting concept when we talk about beauty when it comes to female characters, right? Because you look at this female character, you think, oh, she's over-sexualized or she's too pretty or something like that, right? But here's the problem. Because a lot of what I'm starting to see now, and starting to realize, and I just realized this just now, recently, is that, see, some of you out there, you just focus on the outside appearance and not the inside appearance, the internal appearance. What am I saying? Just like with this character for the inside, right? But there's some other stuff I'm going to get to about this character, right? Because there's some layers to characters like this, right? So just like in the Bible and and lore about giants, this particular female character, she's what's known as like a Nephilim. Now, what this character is specifically, right, where she hails from, she's a giant, right? Now, in the Bible or even in in lore and in story, giants depictions, they're known to have warped features of their face. And look at this character, right? You would think that this looks beautiful, right? But it's like, look at like how her eyes are. You know what I'm saying? Look at how her, like the tattoo on her forehead and all this other stuff. That's also like, her face, like, her design for her face, right? For what you see it's warped, actually, right? So that's what giants are also known for. You know, most giants, right? There probably are some beautiful giants, but for the most part, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, their faces and their facial features, they're like, it's basically, most of the time it's going to be, you know, warped. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to be not really appealing. There are some things, what I'm also saying is, in life, right, some people, there are some women out there or certain concepts and ideas of what beauty looks like. So what I'm also saying is there could be a character, right, that's not actually beautiful, doesn't truly look beautiful, but people they fantasize about certain shapes, you know what I'm saying, or certain polygons and stuff like that, or, you know, just in real life shapes in general, you know, certain designs and stuff, right? So, you know, that's what I'm also saying is that, you know, there's certain things that normally it's actually something that's actually not over sexualized or beautiful, but people fantasize over certain shapes, you know what I'm saying, for, you know, appearances, what something may look like to someone else, right? Like, or like how the phrase, you know, another man's trash is another man's treasure, you know, stuff like that, right? But this would also be a reference to, you know, this, you know, like when it comes to facial features, you know, disfigurement, you know, things like that. Okay, so, oh, and by the way, this is one of the female characters that actually has, you know, way more class to Bayonetta, by the way, right? This is also part of when I talked about what real female characters look like. But, you know, moving on to what I was saying, like, see, now with this, right, disfigurement, this is when Fury, like, this is an unlockable that you can get the game Darksiders 3. In other Darksiders games, they have this specific special armor that's called the Abyssal Armor. So, but when Fury puts on the Abyssal Armor, you could see how it disfigures her face even further, right? So, but this is just like what I'm talking about with layers. You're talking about, you know, where's your ugly female characters and stuff like that, right? Here's one right here. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying that you had other just a lot of different things when we talk about diversity and stuff, or, you know, fat characters. There was a video game called Fat Princess, and I can't. I believe feminists went after that game, but see, this is what I'm talking about. Feminists want to talk about, you know, removing certain games or whatever it is, talking about, oh, because the female character was too fat or whatever it is. But now look at today. Oh, but now you'll have fat female characters. I'm like, so when it comes to you feminists, right? It's like, make up your mind. You just like, see, first you didn't want a fat female character. Now you do want a fat female character. You get what I'm saying? So this ties in more to like what we talk about for video game characters. And I said that this, you know, stuff like this is showing a whole lot about and exposing people about who were real gamers to begin with and who weren't real gamers to begin with. You know what I'm saying? I'm just letting you know how it is. Now there's some characters for my belief that goes against my belief or whatever it is, you know. But however, like when we talk about even like against your own beliefs or whether you're Christian or whatever your belief is, right? Even I was basically also showing, you know, how there's certain female characters out there that still have specific designs that are somewhat like okay, and then there's, you know, costumes or costume customizations. So I'm just putting that out there right now as well. You know what I'm saying? But when we talk about diverse characters and stuff, we talk about, oh, where's the ugly woman or where's the, you know, fat woman. Just remember, you feminists decided to reject Fat Princess. I'm just letting you know. You decided to reject that character, and now all of a sudden you want fat characters all of a sudden for video games, right? Moving on though. Now we have this specific female character from the DMC series. She's from DMC2. This video game is overlooked, right? So, and by the way, she's actually like, you know, one of the main characters to DMC2. This character is very underrated, especially for a main female character. And by the way, she's a black female character, right? So you talk about diversity and stuff, saying like acting like we didn't already have certain characters before, we didn't have black characters. Yes, but what I'm also going to say is like people will say like there's not enough black characters. Well, I will put it this way: there's a lot of female black characters. There's a lot of other black characters out there in video games, more than it was before, right? There's a whole lot more now. But the problem that I've started to see is that there's not enough lead, black characters or lead female black characters. This is one of this is like one of the other exceptions, right? And this character, she should have been in a new DMC game, right? And this character is so underrated. She dual wields. She has like specific curvature designed weapons, right? And she has a modest look to her as well. You know what I'm saying? I will say it's decent, right? The other thing that's underrated about this character is that for a black female character, she's a redhead. You don't really see that like not too often, right? For a black character. So, but like I said, you want to talk about diversity. You talk about where's certain female characters, like where's your black characters or where's your fat characters, like stuff like this. Here it is. You have a black character already. So just like I showed you Lucia, right? Now she's definitely a character that has way more class than a character like Bayonetta, right? Now other than that character, see, you talk about where's the ugly female characters. Well, look at this character. This particular female character comes from a very popular video game, a mobile game, but still a popular video game at that. A game called Raid Shadow Legends. This character's name is Morgana, right? Now she's not a male like a main lead character, nothing like that, but she has had a presence in commercial. I think she's had two commercials. It's probably just one commercial, but still, to have a female orc character for a commercial, that was very diverse and interesting. That was very unique. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, and this is an actual female character that's in the Raid Shadow Legends video game. But like I said, you talk about how there's no ugly female characters, but we already had that. We already had established video game female characters. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you want to, you could say that, well, maybe we need more female characters like her. And I will agree with that. But like I said, even when it comes to an ugly character, having an ugly character, right? When we talk about character design and art style, even if you have an ugly character, you still need to have certain things designed for that character specifically to stick out and look unique. Like, for instance, having certain types of armor or certain types of gear. See, now, when you make a video game female character, you know what I'm saying? Or if you're going to try and make the character ugly or whatever it is, right? As an artist, you still need to have that character have a specific design and art style. These things are key and important, when you're making these characters for your brand, when you're trying to make money, right? Obviously. So IGN, you want to sit here and keep capping and talking trash, right? Talking about, certain female characters are bland, like the character from Stellar Blade, next to a character like Bayonetta. Bro, here's a real female character. Here's a real female video game character right here. Impa. This is one of my top favorite female video game characters from Zelda Hyrule Warriors. She's somewhat of a dark-skinned character. Her original design is, straight up dark skin, right? Probably more than likely something that's like Middle Eastern type of stuff, right? So what I'm saying is, like, people are talking about where's all the dark black characters, where are all the dark skinned female characters? We already have one here too. And you see, but what I'm also saying is, Hyrule Warriors, you get to play as this character as well, right? She's not the main character, but you get to play as her. And but I will say this much: if Nintendo really wanted to, with her moveset, They could literally make a video game right now where you could play as this specific Impa character, like this specific character design for Impa. If Nintendo wanted to, they can make a standalone game of this one character. And she has a pretty big, character and personality where, saying she stands out enough, right? You want to talk about, like, IGN, you want to talk about designs and stuff. Bro, this character obviously utterly dunks on Bayonetta. There's a lot of other female characters that dunk on Bayonetta. And I got a few other characters as well. Aside from Impa, oh yeah, I got a whole arsenal. Now here's a very well-established character, female video game character right here, right? This character specifically, she's a mascot of Xbox, original video game female character of Xbox. You know what I'm saying? You got a few other female characters that could represent Microsoft, but this one stands out the most. Then they were supposed to actually have a sequel for this specific character. You know what I'm saying? Her and what the designs and stuff, what they were gonna go with, it was almost about to be like almost similar to Shadow of War, and this game would have definitely been big, especially with the new mechanics and graphics and stuff that we have now for next gen gaming and next gen consoles. But what happened? See, but they canceled the game, and guess why? They canceled this game because the team who made this character, who made, Cameo and this character, right? They had to cancel the sequel because of that stupid thing called the Kinect for the Xbox. Don't get me wrong, there were some cool things about the Kinect, but as a whole, there came with a lot of flaws and stuff to it. But I will say this: I would choose this character over the Kinect any day of the week, because that's how special this character is. That's how unique this character is, especially her video game. So like you could tell, look at her design. It's basically like a tribe-esque like design, natured like design. So this character specifically, she's a fairy, right? Like I said, I'm gonna say this like I said, another character, another female video game character that has way more class than Bayonetta ever will. But this is what I'm talking about. People are saying that we're like female video game characters, and people are trying to shoehorn certain designs for female video game characters. And I'm like, why are you doing all that? You have video game characters like this. I said, I'm surprised with all that power that you didn't just decide, hey, let's revive this amazing video game Cameo. How about we get together and band together and make this game happen? You could have did that, but nah. You want to do all this dumb shoehorn stuff. You want to do all this dumb forceful stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous. All that time and energy you could have put into. You could have made certain things happen for the better. Not all that toxic mess you've been doing. Just showing a pic, just more like detail on like, graphics and stuff like that and design, right? So it's just like, look at this. Like, look at this, right? We should have been got this game by now. And like the way Microsoft is, it's just like people are talking about exclusives and stuff like that. Should have been made this game. It's the right time too. Should have been made this game. Like Microsoft, they be playing around, man. They really do. There are certain video games out there that they could have been made, but they just don't get on it. But partly the main problem is the people who are in charge, like some of these corporals at Microsoft, these head managers and stuff. It's ridiculous. And I'm not talking about Phil. I'm talking about other people that are, over Phil Spencer and stuff like that, that have the say so about certain video games, like when a video game, being a video game being rushed or not and stuff like that. I'm like, see, we could have got video games like this, but some of these corpos or whatever they're trying to do, man, they mess up gaming as well. They don't want to take the time out to make an amazing video game. And Microsoft talking about, what's best for their company. I'm like, bro, we already know you should already know what's truly best for your company. And I said, these people that are in charge of your video games and rushing everything, stuff like that. I said that's why every single time, just like with Hellblade 2, every single time you have an amazing video game or have the video game that has potential, y'all like the people that are above you, these corpos, these people that don't care about video games. That's exactly why these games are just getting half baked. It's like you got all these exclusives, but they don't come out finished because of you corpos, man. You don't know how to complete a video game. You can't even complete, like, recently, it's like you can't even complete one video game. You can't complete one exclusive video game. And I'm not talking about, no, Halo, the new Halo game. I'm not talking about the new Gears of War game. Those are just like, staple games, right? Those are just shooter games. I'm talking about games that actually have passion and stuff like that. So not that Halo doesn't have it, but I'm talking about, the adventure game stuff, action-based games, and, things like that. Like, bro, y'all, like, to you corporals that are in charge of Microsoft, man, you need to get it together with your games, man. Real talk. More established characters, more established video game female characters. Female video game characters that have way more class than what Bayonetta has, right? So, another example, Lu Bu's daughter, big role type of female video game characters. Nariko from Heavenly Sword, basically a female version of, Kratos, basically, from like the God of War series. This is a main video game female character. This is what a real female video game character looks like. Just like all the other female video game characters that I listed. Not Bayonetta, not, not Ellie from The Last of Us. Characters like this and other characters that I listed, right? What real video game female characters look like, man. Another female video game character that dunks on Bayonetta, once again. So, just like with Ellie, you want to talk about FPS female lead video game characters? You've got characters like this from Parasite Eve, right? So, look at this character specifically, man. Look at that. Decent design and everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we talking about here? Like, look at this. Well-established video game female characters. Another character that dunks on Bayonetta again. So, just like that meme, like with Saeed, the rapper, right? It's just like another one. So, yes, look, another character that dunks on Bayonetta. So, look at this video game in particular. Panzer Dragoon, right? Main lead female character. See, this is what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Well-established female video game characters. People are like, they don't have any female characters. And this specific character, see, look at this. Look, bro, this is what I'm talking about. And I'm just now remembering this. Another exclusive female video game character for the Xbox. All these exclusives. And Microsoft, they keep on dropping the ball. They keep making flop after flop after flop. We could have been got a new Panzer Dragoon. Like, this game already had pretty cool graphics, especially boosted graphics from, backwards compatibility. Imagine if they actually made this game. Imagine if they remade this game right now for the Xbox. Here we go again, man. All these video games that Microsoft has at their fingertips, and they don't even use it, man. They don't use their potential. People at Microsoft, they keep on bragging about all that power. All that power, what's it doing, man? You got Hellblade 2 and 30 FPS? There's no excuses, man. And I've been hearing about Hellblade 2 where it's going to be you can only fight one enemy at a time. Bro, I'm going to say if that's how the game is, I don't know if that's actually true, but if that is, bro, Microsoft, get it together. And there you have it. Established video game female characters. Didn't have to do all that toxic shoehorn stuff with female video game characters of today. But what I'm also going to say is, right, for all this stuff. Any you feminists out there that see my channel, see the list of characters that I have, trying to point certain things out about certain female characters or whatever it is, right? All I have to say to that is, you'll go after video games like Stellar Blade, right? But you won't do nothing. You won't do squat. What I'm saying is, you're all talk. You do certain things like tearing down video game characters and trying to stop video game developers and companies, right? But you won't do that and go to the strip clubs and put a stop to that. You won't go to OnlyFans and put a stop to that. And I know people want to use the excuse, but well, men are funding those things. Guess what? There are women out there that fund that stuff too. I'm not talking about the performers. I'm talking about there are females going to watch other females undress at the strip club. So if you're gonna try and use any excuses, it doesn't work anymore. And I'm gonna end off with saying drizzle, drizzle. And I'm not just using drizzle, drizzle as a joke. I'm being serious. You know what I'm saying? Because drizzle, drizzle, what that also had to do with was, letting women know, like people that are feminists and all that stuff. It's basically the idea of how you can't dish back whatever all the stuff that you're trying to throw at everyone else. You get upset because you can't dish it back. But this isn't about throwing shade at you or nothing like that. This is just telling the truth. If you were really serious, you would go after OnlyFans, you would go after the strip clubs, but you don't. I'm just saying, if you're not all talk, why don't you go after that stuff, man? There's no more excuses. No, like, stop playing around. Seriously, it needs to stop. This toxic stuff, it needs to stop, man.